owner and curator of Yosoboho. It is Tuesday night. We're going to do some thrifting. If you are new to my channel, hello. That's what we do here. We go thrifting. We live the thrifted life, and I'm happy to have you here. Please consider subscribing and supporting my channel. If you are a friend coming back, mwah, thank you for coming back. This week, I think we're going to do a little bit different. I'm going to try and do a two-parter, but I'm going to do it here today and tomorrow because normally on Tuesday nights, we do a sale at the end of the month, but we decided to do our sale on Thursday. So you're seeing me tonight, and I think this video series needs two parts. So this is the conclusion of a vacation that started in Charlotte and was spent on the Outer Banks. So this is us, how we came home. So I think we got there on Thursday night. We camped in a place called Cherry Hill, which is north of DC. And my cousin Joy, who works at the Pentagon, gave us a tour of the Pentagon on the first day that we were there. Thank you, by the way, Joy, if you watch this. That was so awesome. And it was on my birthday. So it was like the best way to spend my birthday with my cousin and this tour, and she works there. So we got like a tour that not everybody gets. It was awesome. And we got to see the African American Museum also on the first day that we were there. It was so great. We've been wanting to go for a very long time since it's open, but it's been hard to go to. So yeah, all of that. And I knew that I wanted to do some thrifting, but we had limited time. So I'm going to take you to the places that we did get to. And oh my gosh, you're not going to believe it. I say this all the time, but we've just been finding some amazing stuff. And this one place that we went to, it's owned by Savers, but it was like two parts. It had this place on one side called Unique Thrift Store and on the other side, Value Village. But you could shop both and check out like in the middle. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to take you there. But it's going to have to happen in two parts. So we'll do that one part tonight. And then we'll do part two tomorrow. And then Thursday we'll do the sale. And so I hope you will hang out with me this week because all of it's cool. And yeah, I think it'll be fun. Speaking of the sale, I have some of my sale items over here. I don't know what you can make out from here, but I got the little paper mache music box with the nuns that I love. And let me show you a couple of things that I made. I made two assemblages. One, I used a vintage mirror. So here's the back of it. You could see it's got some age. And I embellished it with some of the things that I found at that estate sale that I was at a couple of weeks back. These beautiful flocked birds and this little wreath. That is one. We're going to sell this assemblage in the sale. And then two, I made this. And this one I love because it's so different. It's not like the historic red and green Christmas. It's got these really funky 50s little ornamental, I call them tacky, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I love tacky Christmas. And then these little guys, and look at the little reindeer has an embellishment here, like his own little headband, and a knee hugger sitting in there, all jolly. He matches the little florals that I gave him. I love this piece. I'm so tempted to keep this piece, but no. I made it for the sale, and I'm excited to put it up in the sale. So this is another thing that will be there. And then remember from last week, I found those artist pieces just outside of where we were staying at Cedar Island. At that place called PAWS. Now, I do have a message out to them to get more information on that artist. All I know is her name is Joan, and her stuff is so beautiful. But we're going to auction off those pieces, and then I'm going to send the proceeds of that auction back to PAWS. So I'm really excited about that because I want to send, a little bit more back. So I really hope to hear from them before Thursday so that we have that information. There's other stuff back here. Maybe I'll do a preview that I'll put up Thursday before the sale, but hopefully you're intrigued just by what I showed you tonight to come to the sale. I'm excited about it. Mom will be here, and yeah, it'll be fun. All right, let's not waste any more time. I want to take a little bit of a drive, so let's go. first stop was at this tiny little, very crowded shop at 9922 Rhode Island Avenue in College Park, Maryland. This place was called CIESBD, whatever that stands for. And it was so full of stuff. Take a look at what we found. Can you help me get this?
What are you trying to get?
The wooden piece right there. Yeah, it's weird.
That's 15?
Huh? Yeah, I don't know.
I negotiate some of this stuff again.
Yeah. In this area back here, I noticed this right here. Can you see it? That, my friends, is a Yadro. I was hoping it was in good condition because I have never found a Yadro in the wild, and so that was exciting. I also found some pottery here. I'm going to show you the pottery. The Yadro is MIA. I think it is bundled up somewhere safe in the camper, but it is nowhere to be found at the moment to share with you. But we did have fun looking around in here. It's pretty fancy. That was a pretty little piece of Italian pottery there. Missing a lid. There was a lot to be seen here. Hard to see everything because of how crowded it was. Here's the other piece of pottery that I'm referring to. It's up in here. So let's take a look at these two pieces. They're really nice. Oh, that's pretty. I picked up these two pottery pieces that I'm going to show you and that Yadro for $15. And I thought that was a great deal. So I'm kind of looking at each piece as like a $5 purchase. And I'm okay with that. I think these pottery pieces will go over to the booth. I'm collecting some pottery for the booth for the beginning of the year. And these will fit right in there. Can you imagine something like this, but all for sale in one of my booths? I think it'll be awesome. And I think people are finally coming around to, you know, spending a little bit of money on pottery art. So this is one that is actually a usable piece. This is a butter bell and I love it. I had one like this that my friend Julie bought. And if you're watching, you're going to be like, darn it, Amy. The one that she bought, the lid fit almost snug to the base. So it's hard to get the lid off. Like you have to kind of get something underneath it. But whoever designed this one, it did well because the lid is easy to grab, right? So if you've never used a butter bell before, it is a French design and it's meant to hold butter or a cream cheese up in here. And then you put water in here. And when you put it down, it seals right in a cold water. It seals it right up. So you can put it on the counter when you're serving something, you know, the cheese or the butter stays soft in there and it's easy to use. But what a pretty piece. This is definitely a studio piece. There's some sort of stamp right in here. I have not looked it up yet. And it's beautiful. And I think it's very sellable. So that will be headed to the booth. And then the other one is this big, beautiful bowl. Look at the glaze on that. They're very similar, right? The colorations. But this one is made by Leslie. Now, I think Leslie is a potter. This was definitely a thrown piece. And because it's numbered like this, I don't think this is an amateur piece. I think this is also an artist made in a studio. Look at the glaze on that. Just gorgeous. So I was happy to pick those up with the Yadro. The Yadro, I think I can expect somewhere between $30 and $40 on. And these bowls, somewhere in the 18 to 20, 22 for each of them. So definitely $15 was a good investment at that little shop. All right, let's go check out that ginormous thrift place and all the things that I got there. Oh, you're not going to believe it. Let's go. This huge thrift store is located in the Hillendale Shopping Center on New Hampshire Avenue in Silver Spring, Maryland. Oh, this place is huge. So I'm just starting in the hard good area. The prices are a little high. Lots of busted stuff. This is cute. I think I saw this. This is an Henri piece, but it's missing something. This is a cute little music box with these little ballerinas, but the switch is broken. And that guy's cool, but he is wonky and he's missing his helicopter blades. It's this little fish in here. Oh, he's cute. I don't know if he's $3.49 cute, but he's pretty neat. I have sold some carved fish before. There's a carved fork. Oh, that's a cute cat back here. Painted wood, 2012. It's pretty sweet. Something else painted right here. Little bird. It's also missing something, it appears. Sailboat. What's this? Oh my gosh. That is a cutting board in the shape of a cow. Okay, I kind of love that. $4. First thing in the cart. Looks brand new. Doesn't have any knife marks on it, but I love the wood. Love the shape. I have a cat-shaped cutting board, and I just love cutting boards in general. The more primitive, the better. So this one will probably get sold. It's a made in Thailand piece. I can see the little bit of tag here, but I think it's a very sellable piece. I spent $3.99 on it. I will share here what I'm gonna price it for. I think this was a good price to pay. So much wood stuff in here. It's a hand-carved piece. This looks painted. That guy looks like he's missing a lid. What is that? That looks old. I don't know. How do you get in there? That's interesting. Got $20 on it. That's interesting. I don't know. That looks like it's reverse painted in there. Curious on that. What's this over here? It looks primitive. What can we do with this? What can we do with that? That's kind of cool. I gotta think on that. A little salt box. It's cute. I have done well with the ceramic salt boxes with the wooden lids. This one's in pretty decent shape. It's like $2.99. We'll think on that. And down here it looks like we got a bunch of cigar boxes and stuff. I like the color of that. It's not old, it's made to look old, but it looks pretty great. I like this too, it looks like it has a little leather top. It's got some age. I don't know what's crumbling in there. Something crumbled. Made in Japan. And this box says Pier 1 on it. What is this? Oh, that is heavy. Look at the mosaic on the top of that. It's missing its little latch. Dang. That's nice. I wish it was there. What else we got in here? I see some dovetail work on this one, which I like. Bashed up in that corner. It's a little index filing box. Probably for recipes or something. That's cool. Alright, we'll think on that too. First thing that got my attention was the dovetail work. So this is dovetailing here. And it's not something that you see all the time. It had some nice brass hinges on it, and I like the color of it. It has a few issues. There are little areas where it's definitely been dropped. You can see here on the corner. This is something that can be stained or covered with a wood pen, so I can make it look a little better, but it's just cool. And I love that it had this owl logo in it, and then it had this slidable piece where, you know, could be a recipe box, could be an anything box, whatever you have that you would want to collect in there. And I loved these hinges. Just the details on it were cool. And I did find a few of these on eBay. I will share the information here as to what I think it's worth. I paid $3.99 for it. Those are kind of the old. There were 6 of these in that bag. A bunch of these that I won't torture you, but that you spin around. Couple of bells. Definitely had a retro feel. The funny thing is I need these. We usually host New Year's, and I have a small group of friends that come over, and the last couple of years we have used pots and pans because I keep forgetting to pick up noisemakers. These will be fun to pull out since they are kind of vintage and fun. So instead of the pots and pans this year, guys, we have cute little retro noisemakers, and that'll be leveling up our New Year's festivities. Oops, I lied. There was 7 of them in that bag. There's a shamrock. Oh, they got $10 on this bag. Some hand painted. That's a angel cat. Oh, I've got so much to look at. I'm gonna head down this way. I found this group of hand painted elephants here. They go from big to small. It's $7, but I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in here. I don't know. And then up here, I spied these. And these are very sellable, especially if they are a certain number. Gosh, these make me so nervous. So these are little houses. They will come with alcohol in them. And they're sold by an airlines. That's creepy. That's so creepy.
Gotcha.
You just snuck up and blew on my neck. What'd you find? These are such a fun find. Keep an eye out for these little KLM houses. They are all numbered. The original ones that they made in the 80s were filled with, I think it's called Bols Genever. So like an alcohol. They were handed out on flights. And these were the bottles. And it's amazing because if you look on eBay and you look up certain numbers and look for solds, you'll see that certain numbers are highly desirable. I don't know if they made less of them or they're harder to find, whatever. In this one, I have a number 9 and a number 5. And it looks like the number 9 might be worth a little bit of money, maybe $20, $25. Where the number 5 might be a little bit less. But I'll probably sell them together on eBay, and we're probably looking at maybe between $35 and $40 for just these 2, which is awesome because I paid $3.99 for them, so maybe 10 times my money. But what's really crazy about these is you normally find them empty, especially hanging in a bag on a wall. You don't imagine there's going to be any sort of liquor in them, but these guys full. That was a little crazy. It's like, you know, going into a Goodwill and finding like Jack Daniels hanging on the wall or something. Just not something you expect to find. So pretty cool. I think if I sell them on eBay, I have to empty them, or at least have to say they're empty. Yeah, not sure, but pretty awesome find hanging on that wall. So let's go back and see what Irf found.
Well, salt and pepper grinder.
So it's pepper in one area and salt in the other?
Yep, so the battery's going up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to put your salt and pepper.
In different sides?
Yep, salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Put it back together. There's one button for pepper, one button for salt.
Nice. He always finds the cool gadgets and the technology. Here he found brand new, a really great, really quality Polaris salt or pepper grinder for $3.99. Now, if I find some information on this, I'll let you know. All the paperwork and everything is still in there. It's all still in the bag. We might use it. I don't know. I don't know what his intent was, but I always got to give him credit for his good finds. Oh, what are these guys? These are like skinny little pilgrims. Looks like these are rabbits. Any salt and pepper shakers? Oh, those are Fitz and Floyd. I see the FF. Oh yeah. Like a little holder for them. All right, we'll look those guys up. Fitz and Floyd, bunny rabbit, salt and pepper shakers on their little platter. Never used. Nice clean stoppers. And yeah, I'll show you here what the last one went for on eBay. I think I could have spent like all day just on that wall because there was so much. And I've said this in the past, I love those little baggies. I hate that they're using all that plastic, but there's such like a treasure hunt that's involved in going through all of those things. Still in the same area. I just found these little glass fish. Looks like they're maybe a mobile or something. There's like little, yeah, looks like they hang. I'm gonna try and look them up. It's funny because the first listing that I found called these Murano, and I was like, I don't think so. And then the next listing I found was a new in the box of these made by Avon, and that never surprises me. I swear Avon made everything. Now, just because I said it's not Murano doesn't mean it wasn't like made somewhere quality. They definitely collaborated with a lot of, you know, glass makers and stuff to do their bottles and to do things like this. So I'm not exactly sure where these were made, but they are very nice. And how fun is that? I think probably $20 on these. I paid $3.49. All right, now we're gonna move on from the baggy wall, but don't be mad because the other side of this place, the Value Village side, is like a carbon copy, but with all different stuff. So we will actually get to see more of the bag wall. That'll be in part 2. But let's go check out some of the hard goods shelves on this side. This is not an old piece, but it is like a Chimu or Incan example of something that would have been old. It's signed on the bottom by the artist, paid $5.99 by the way, but there is some artist information, and then there's a date on here of 2008. You can barely see it, it's right over here. So it's not old, but it's very cool. So I think somebody was doing, you know, some reproductions here for maybe the tourist trade or a museum or something. But it's so neat and it's so well made. It's made with this dark clay and it looks like it's burnished and then also etched. The details are just so cool. But what's annoying is I swear I found this exact one. I'm pretty sure it was on eBay. I've done all kinds of Google image searches and I can't find it again. And I don't know why I didn't take a screen capture or, you know, make sure I saved it when I originally found it. It was probably like, oh, that was easy to find. And now I literally spent like an hour and a half last night trying to find it again. I think that these vessels were made to hold something. There is some records of them holding cacao or having like some sort of film on the inside when they were broken open, that they knew that they held something. But they also say that they're whistling pots, and there is evidence here of some sort of ability to whistle. Now I've seen ones like this that have two sides to them where the liquid as it went back and forth would make this whistle. I don't know if this would do the same thing, and I'm not going to put any liquid in here because I don't know what it's meant for. If it's just meant for decoration, I definitely don't want to mess it up or do something to destroy it. So I'm just gonna let it be a decor piece. I'm probably gonna take it over to eBay and yeah, see what I can get for it there. I don't think it's gonna be one of those hundreds of dollars kind of artifacts things. I think it's a repro, and yeah, I don't know yet what I'm gonna get for it, but it was a pretty cool find. I saw a second one of these that had 2 points of contact, and I think it was a stirrup handled vessel. I've done some research, and I think it was called a stirrup handled vessel. But you'll see that it just has 2 holes, so whatever was on top was broken off, and I'm betting that it was donated by the same person. But yeah, this one's in great condition and kind of an exciting find. So much stuff. Oh, he's kind of creepy. Is he a puppet? Yeah, he's a marionette. His nose is chipped. What do they have on him? $8. Wow. Some cake plates. That's a cool cake plate. Like mercury glass. With a metal top. I don't know, but that's cool. I like that. Got a little bit of everything in here. A little bit of Easter. That's an egg if you didn't know. A little bit of Christmas. He's cute. He's missing a foot. I almost knocked her off. I don't know why this is sitting here in the clocks, but it's this beautiful little basket, and all of that is filigree. That is gorgeous. I don't know how old this is, but I don't think it's really old. I do think that these were made, you know, like Victorian era, silver. I think this is probably a reproduction. I get that sense just from the way this looks here in the middle. I don't know. It looks a little bit more modern to me, but here's the back. Absolutely stunning. And then it has a twisted handle here. Now I do have a silver testing kit, so I'm going to test this and I'll let you know here on screen how it tests. My thought is that it might be silver plated. I might totally be wrong. Of course, I'm going to put any information I have on screen, but I paid $7 for this and I don't think I'll lose money on $7. I'll share that here as well. Such a gorgeous piece. Made it to bedding, pillows and whatnot, and I found this super clean. It has a tag on it, made in China. I love these too. These are great. It looks like a little stain there. This one is really nice weight. I'm gonna pull this out and check it out. And then there's a chenille here in a great color. All right, we're gonna check these out. I always keep an eye out for chenille and for these kind of bedding pieces. Number one, because I love them. Number two, because I know they sell well, especially if they have some age. Don't think this is extremely old. The tag is still on here and it has a Spanish version of the instructions for washing and stuff. So I'd say that this is probably a newer piece, maybe 80s, maybe 90s. But it is so gorgeous. It's in a wonderful color. It's kind of the color of my bedroom. Although I have other plans for my bedroom, this may be a temporary plan just because I absolutely love it. And it's huge. That might be the temporary plan, is to put it in the bedroom. And then I can always sell it later. That's the nice thing about being a reseller, is like we can find these things and use them or adore them for a while and always know that we can get our money back. This isn't the only linen that I found. Wait until Thursday, I find a quilt. That was really cool. Before we went to the other side, I wanted to double back and check out that wood shelf again because there were so many cool pieces there and I just had a kind of FOMO moment, like fear of missing something on those shelves. So I did go back. Let's take a look at the one more thing that I found on this side before we headed to the other. All right, I am about to go through my cart. It came back to where I started and I saw this pretty little carved piece. It's like a little mushroom house or something. Super cute. I wish it was signed. I might get it anyway. It's very neat. I just couldn't leave this behind. $3.49 is what I paid for it. It's one of those pieces that if it's styled right, you know, something could be coming out of here. It could have some greenery around it. It feels very kind of like elfish or fairyish. And yeah, I think it has a good sales appeal. Somebody made this, and so I was happy to rescue it. And that, my friends, is the end of part one. But we have only just begun. There are so many great things here that we have yet to find on the other side. I found some awesome things. So you'll have to come back for part two tomorrow to see what we found. So until tomorrow, please take care. I will be back for part two. And then I'll see you on Thursday for a fun live sale. All right, everybody. Take care. See you tomorrow.